There's a lot of you. I'm Afra. I've got a mad mum of 7. Yes, I've got 7 children. Yeah, we've got 2 babies. My youngest 5 and my oldest 20. So let's look back at what kind of mother I turned out to be and which self-imposed parenting rules I've broken. Well, smashed to smithereens, really. First, my child will never have dummies. Yeah, I stuck to my guns with the S1, that's child number 1, the eldest, but then realised he substituted dummy with bottle. He used to hang on like grim death. The empty bottle with his gum stuck, trying to drag it out of his mouth. By the milk and stick. Take the bottle away, he screams. So, the S2's got a dummy. Unfortunately, my 5-year-old is still very attached to his mealy, making me unfit mother of the year, or decade maybe. I don't care, he doesn't have to go to school and he'll give it up when he's ready, which I'm guessing won't go much past having his first girlfriend sleep over. My child will never play with guns or in fact any kind of weapons. Yeah, that lasted until my eldest was 2. He spotted a display of toy cowboy guns and the pester pressure began. We said no. Cue full-scale tantrum. He sobbed himself to sleep in the pushchair, and my morning was ruined. We decided that maybe by banning them, we'd succeeded in making them even more important in our child's mind. So we bought the least gun-like gun we could find. He played with it for about 5 minutes, and then dropped it in favour of a feather or a bit of paper or something. Oh. Now, I will be a 1950s-style mother offering healthy homemade food, encouraging constructive, educational play, preferably with wooden toys, of course, and listening to each and every word they say with smiles, genuine interest, and be ready to answer all their queries and applaud all of their creative without pause. Yeah. Now, if you're having or just had a baby, you're probably thinking this too. Let me tell you, probably isn't going to happen. Sometimes their little random tales about imaginary bunnies and made-up plays and musical performances really are adorable. Until you try and finish your tax return, or cook dinner, or talk to the bank manager on the phone. Sometimes you have the energy to make a homemade pizza, decorate it with lovely fresh produce with them, and sit back feeling smug as they eat it. And sometimes you'll find yourself convinced that yes, Jaffa cakes are a healthy supper choice, being as they contain carbs, biscuits, dairy, chocolate, and of course fruit, orange. Right, survey. Hands up if you have ever allowed your child to scoff last night's leftover Chinese takeaway from the fridge so you can have an extra 15 minutes in bed. Yeah, you're a parent. Wooden toys, yes, they're lovely, aren't they, if your child's under 5 or possibly 2. They look lovely in the nursery, fabulous in the playroom. But given the choice, or as soon as they get a voice, most kids will pester for brightly coloured plastic tat, preferably with some brain-curdling electronic music built in, which is programmed by sadistic toy makers to mysteriously start playing at 2 AM. If that said plastic tat has some form of TV-related branding, expect to pay about 500% more and spend frantic hours at Christmas scaring the shops and the internet for the all singing, dancing, linking encore, whatever the latest must-have thing must be. I vowed my children would never have a games console. Yeah, now we have, well, let's say more than one. And I have been known in desperation to actually encourage them to play on it, to give me a minute's peace. Yes, hand over the Unfit Mother Award again, but on a cold rainy day in February half term, sometimes a girl has to do what a girl has to do. And now to my finale. The dream that you will always be happy to give all of your attention to your little one all of the time. All ruined by the realisation that in fact you are going to have to use the mummy minute and the dad distraction. You know, the child asks you something and you reply, in a minute. When you actually mean, please go away, I'm trying to sort dinner, put the washing on, comb my hair and change my tampon or unanswered queries about black holes, why girls don't have willies, what did come first, the chicken or the egg. It turns out sometimes you really don't have the time or the energy to think of a reasonable reply and end up saying, ask your dad, teacher, Wikipedia, whatever. Or saying, I'll look it up in a minute, see previous point. And sometimes, let's face it, their fascinating anecdotes can be, well, a bit tedious unless you're hugely interested in what happens on the latest episode of Peppa Pig, or in the playground when friend A found a daisy and friend B found a dandelion and friend C didn't. So you're nodding off already. DS1, my eldest, was the best for tedious tales. If you're watching, Jake, I'm sorry, but you were. And we have video evidence of him talking while driving a very small train around a circular wooden track through a tunnel Daddy had made, because we couldn't afford the proper one. The conversation went something like this. Look, Daddy, look! In the torn! That was his word for tunnel. In the torn! 5 seconds of blessed silence. Look, Daddy, look! In the torn! Look, Daddy, in the torn! Daddy did his best to make interested noises and comments, but after 15 minutes of this, even he was struggling. Anyway, I ask you not to judge me. I'm worried I might have shared a bit much, but somehow I think there's a few of you out there who've been nodding along in agreement. Welcome to the Unfit Mothers Club.